Hello, dear students. Hope you all are well. Myself, Gaganpreet Kaur. We were studying Principles of Management, that is your chapter number 2 from the Business Study subject. In the first video, we learned about the concept of significance of principles and management, and we started with the Fayol's principles of management. That is Henry Fayol. We started with Henry Fayol's general principles of management. Henry Fayol has given 14 principles of management. In the previous video, we did 9 principles given by Henry Fayol, that is up to scalar chain. Now we are going to continue with the other principles given by Henry Fayol, starting from the 10th principle given by Henry Fayol. That is after scalar chain, after 9th principle, we are going to continue with the 10th principle given by the Henry Fayol. 10th principle of management given by Henry Fayol is, that is order. According to Fayol, people and materials must be in suitable places at appropriate time for maximum efficiency. For example, in a school, books are kept in office, chalks are in the library, and office records in the staff room. Now you all very well know which is the best place to keep these things, as books are not kept in the office because books are kept in the library, chalks are kept in the staff room, and office records are kept in the office, right? So the principle of order states that a place for everything and everything in its right place, the right man in the right place. For example, if you visit a mechanic to get your car repaired and mechanic has to search for his tools time and again in different parts of his shop, it will waste his and yours time. But if he has a toolkit and he has kept all the tools in orderly manner, he can provide you services in time, right? So I hope this will be clear that what this principle says, order, that means that everything is to be kept at the right place at the right time. That means right man in the right place. Now, next principle, principle 11, that is equity. This principle emphasizes kindliness and justice in the behavior of managers towards the workers. There should be no discrimination against anyone in the organization. The manager should be kind and unbiased to all his subordinates. Let's take an example for this. In MNCs, that is multinational companies, multinational corporations, people are from various nationalities working, that is from different parts of the country, work together in a discrimination free environment. Each person should get equal chances or opportunities for the growth. Equity is what? Equity is a combination of kindness and justice. Equity creates loyalty and devotion in the employees towards the organization. The equity principle suggests that the managers must be kind as well as equally fair to the subordinates. So that is why, according to Fayol, good sense and experience are needed to ensure fairness to all the employees, who should be treated as fairly as possible. What will be the positive effect? This will ensure loyalty and devotion towards the organization. Next principle, that is stability of personnel. Employee turnover should be minimized to maintain organizational efficiency. Employee turnover means number of employees leaving the organization. If the staff keeps on changing, the efficiency of the work would decline. So, the employees should be selected and appointed after proper procedure. But once they are selected, they should be kept at their post or position for a fixed minimum tenure. They should not be transferred too often. Although it could take a lot of time, employees need to be given fair enough time to settle into their jobs. An employee needs time to learn his job and to become efficient. So that is why the employees should have job security, because instability leads to inefficiency. So that successful firms usually had a stable group of employees. So according to Fayol, employee turnover should be minimized to maintain organizational efficiency. Next principle given by Henry Fayol, that is point number 13, initiative. Initiative means what? Initiative means taking the first step with self-motivation. It is the thinking out and executing the plan. It is one of the traits of an intelligent person. According to Fayol, workers should be encouraged to develop and carry out their plans for improvements within the prescribed limits of authority, which means without limits of authority and discipline, all levels of staff should be encouraged to show initiative. Management should encourage initiative. That is, they should encourage the employees to make their own plans and to execute these plans. This is because an initiative gives satisfaction to the employees and brings success to the organization. It allows the subordinates or the workers to think out a plan and do what it takes to make it happen. For example, while taking the decision, employees should be asked to give their ideas and their opinions to do the things in their best way. So that is how initiative should be encouraged. But it does not mean going against the established practices of company for the sake of being different from others. Next principle, last principle, principle number 14, that is Spirit de Corps. According to Fayol, management should promote a team spirit of unity and harmony among employees. Spirit de Corps means team spirit. Spirit de Corps means team spirit. Therefore, management should promote teamwork, especially in the large organization. They should avoid dividing and rule policy. Harmony and unity among personnel is a great source of strength in the organization. It is a quality in every successful business. What will be the positive effect of adopting this principle? This will give rise to a spirit of mutual trust and belongingness among team members. So, these were the principles which are the guidelines for every management function. The managers must act according to the 14 principles of management in order to reach the goal and create a surplus. These 14 management principles given by Henry Fayol are universally accepted. They work as a guideline for managers to do their job according to their responsibility. So every student must learn these 14 principles given by Henry Fayol. I hope this topic is clear, that is Principles of Management given by Henry Fayol. you all must revise before going to the next topic. Now I'm shifting to the next topic on page number 18 of your PDF, because chapter is divided into 2-3 parts. So moving to the second part of this chapter, that is principles of management. Second part of this chapter is Taylor's scientific management. Taylor is also known as Frederick Winslow Taylor. We usually call him as F.W. Taylor. Frederick Winslow Taylor, known as F.W. Taylor. He was also an American mechanical engineer. F.W. Taylor is the father of scientific management. He noticed during the earlier days of Industrial Revolution that there was no established theory of factory organization, and the factory owners used personal judgment to attend any problem confronted by them. By using this method, the problem might get solved sometimes, or it might not many times. This was referred to as the rule of thumb, or we can say trial and error approach. So Taylor was the one who thought that there was a need to follow an approach that was based upon the method of science. The Taylor was the one who thought that there was the need to follow an approach which must be based upon the method of science. That is, number one, defining the problem as we define in science, right? Defining the problem first. Secondly, developing alternative solutions to the problem. Third, anticipating consequences. Fourth, measuring progress. And fifth, drawing conclusions from them. Because Taylor's contribution is to the scientific management, so that is why he has given an approach which was based upon the science. According to science, we firstly define the problem. Secondly, we develop alternative solutions to the problem. Thirdly, we anticipate the consequences. Fourth, measuring the progress. And last, drawing the conclusions. For this, he broke up all the human activities into small parts and find out how it can be done effectively in less time and with increased productivity. So, this scientific technique given by F.W. Taylor. This technique was called the technique of scientific management, which means knowing exactly what you want men to do, and that they do it in the best and cheapest way. According to scientific management technique means knowing exactly what you want men to do, and that they do it in the best and cheapest way. Taylor himself worked in a steel company where he applied the scientific management principles and achieved threefold increase in the productivity. There are certain principles which are formed to manage business scientifically, known as principles of scientific management. These principles are given by F.W. Taylor. Scientific management means knowing exactly what you want men to do and seeing that they do it in the best and in the cheapest way. So what are these principles given by F.W. Taylor? These are also known as principles of scientific management. Starting with these principles. Principle number 1. Science not rule of thumb. Taylor believed that there was only one best method to maximize efficiency. According to Taylor, that there was only one best method to maximize the efficiency, but this method has to be developed through study and analysis. This method should be applied throughout the organization, and also this method vary from organization to organization. And same method cannot be applied in all the organizations. The method so developed should substitute the rule of thumb. FW, that is Taylor, believed that for doing a task, there may be many alternatives available, but we have to choose only the best one. What does this principle says? That is science, not rule of thumb. According to Taylor, for doing a task, there may be many alternatives available, but we have to choose only the best one. For example, if an organization wants to do an advertisement, there are many different options available like TV, internet, newspapers, magazines, radio, etc. So an organization has to study and analyze which method is best for reaching out to its prospective customers. The method chosen by one company may not be suitable for the other organization. So this rule states that we have to analyze first each and every method in detail, which will work best for our organization. We cannot waste our resources and time by applying each and every method and waiting for the results of a success or failure. So this science, the rule of science and not rule of thumb, says that we cannot waste our resources and time by applying each and every method, waiting for the results of success or failure. We must choose only the best one, which can increase the efficiency. I hope this rule is clear. Second principle given by F.W. Taylor. These are the principles of scientific management we are doing. Second principle given by F.W. Taylor, that is harmony, not discord. Harmony means to work together and discord means disagreement between people. Harmony means to work together and discord means disagreement between the people. In a factory system of production, managers serves as a link between the top management, or we can say the owners and the workers. Who are the link between top management and the workers? The managers are the link. The managers serves as a link between the top management and the workers. There is always a conflict between the managers and the workers because the managers think that the workers are lazy. Workers shirkers, that means that they avoid doing work by giving one or other excuses. And on the other hand, workers think that managers are just to find fault with their work and are never satisfied. So this result in conflict between them, and the organization has to suffer because both are not doing their best. So Taylor called for a complete mental revolution on the part of both the managers and the workers. But both should understand that they are a part of a family and should work together, keeping their conflict aside. That is, management should share the profits of the company with the workers, so that workers have sense of belongingness and they initiate to work harder. At the same time, the workers should also work hard and be willing to bring a change for the good of the company. As I use the word mental revolution, so what does this concept says? Mental revolution involves a change in the attitude of the workers and management towards one another, that is for the each other, from competition to corporation, so that they do not compete with each other. They start cooperating each other for the benefit of the organization, for the benefit of their one family, which is their organization. I hope this principle is also clear. Third principle given by F.W. Taylor: corporation, not individualism. Individualism means the person thinks, I am the only one and there is nobody like me, and the work cannot be done without me. This individualism should be replaced by corporation. The workers and the managers both should listen to each other. The manager should welcome the suggestions and ideas given by the workers. He should not think that these workers are not capable or qualified. On the other hand, the workers should always listen to their managers and should not go on strikes very frequently. So Taylor suggested that both should communicate with each other and listen to the suggestions and problems. Competition should be replaced by cooperation with each other. Both should realize that actually they need each other. This principle, that cooperation not individualism, it is an extension of the second principle as we did in this, that was harmony not discord, because you may feel that it resembles to the principle. It is known as extension of the principle harmony not discord, because according to Taylor there should be an almost equal division of work and responsibility between the workers and the management. All the day long, the management should work almost side by side with the workers, helping, encouraging, and smoothing the way for them. Last principle given by F.W. Taylor, because there are four principles given by F.W. Taylor. The fourth principle is development of each and every person to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity. This principle says that industrial efficiency depends to a large extent on personnel, on their competencies, right? So Taylor was of the view that in the process of selection of an employee, each should be selected scientifically. Also, the work assigned should suit his or her physical, mental, and intellectual capabilities. The employees should be given training before assigning the job. Also, training at regular intervals is necessary to increase their efficiency. These training programs will take the workers to the greatest efficiency, which would be a blessing for both the workers and for the organization. Workers are the assets of the company. By providing them training and development, they will form a strong foundation for the company. So these were the four principles given by F.W. Taylor. First was science, not rule of thumb. Second, harmony, not discord. Third, corporation, not individualism. This is an extension to the principle, that is harmony, not discord. And the last principle, development of each and every person to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity. So this is it for in this video. In the next video, we will learn the techniques given by F.W. Taylor, techniques of scientific management. Thank you.